That's a powerful image, isn't it?
It really is.
The turtle bird, that mythical Hungarian creature with the Arpad stripes, and right under it, the homeland before all.
Hmm.
It definitely makes you stop and think what kind of organization uses a symbol in a model like that.
Well, that symbol belongs to Hungary's Constitution Protection Office, the AH.
Okay.
And that's what we're going to dig into today. We'll try to unpack its core functions, its structure,
Right.
basically get a handle on this key Hungarian intelligence agency using the sources we've got.
Right. A focused look at a pretty significant player in Hungary's security setup.
Exactly.
So this name, Constitution Protection Office, is that what it's always been called? It sounds quite specific.
Good question. No, currently it's the Constitution Protection Office, Alkotmányi Védelmi Hivatal in Hungarian, so AH.
Got it.
But before 2010, it was known as the Office of National Security, Nemzetbiztonsági Hivatal. The AH name itself has been around since 2010.
Okay, 2010. But this wasn't like a brand new thing then. It has deeper roots, doesn't it? Back to that really big shift in Hungary.
Precisely. You're thinking of the regime change period? The AH's direct predecessor, the National Security Office, came out of that time.
Ah, okay.
Initially, you had Act X of 1990 and Decree 26, 1990. These sort of lay the groundwork, outlining Secret Service methods and basic national security asks, kind of provisionally.
Right.
Then later, Act CXXV of 1995 firmed things up. It really defined the roles, the legal status for civilian counterintelligence, and crucially, the rules for secret information gathering.
Okay, so that sets the scene historically. Now, fast forward to today. What are the AH's main jobs? What do they actually do day to day?
Well, their plate is pretty full. First and foremost, counterintelligence, protecting Hungary from, foreign spying and interference.
Standard intelligence agency stuff, okay.
Yes, but also a big focus is on anti-corruption, protecting government integrity, economic systems, and that ties into economic security as well, defending Hungary's financial stability.
Yeah.
And beyond just reacting, they do proactive stuff, trying to spot threats early.
Proactive measures, like identifying risks before they become major problems.
Exactly. And you can see how counterintelligence, anti-corruption, economic security, they might all overlap quite a bit in practice.
Makes sense. Now, our sources also mentioned investigating serious crime, organized crime, and this word subversion. What does that cover?
Yeah, they do get involved when organized crime becomes a national security issue. And subversion. Well, that usually means activities trying to undermine the constitutional order.
Okay.
Or threats to society's fundamental interests. Could be extremism, maybe foreign influence operations trying to destabilize things.
Right. A broad mandate. So how is an organization like this structured? Who's in charge?
Okay, the leadership. At the very top, you have the Director General. Currently, that's Dr. Szabolcs Bardos. He's actually a Major General in the Hungarian Army.
A Major General.
Okay.
And below him?
Several Deputy Directors General, each heading up specific areas.
Right. And we had some details on those deputies, don't we?
We do. Let's see. There's Brigadier General Jerzy Takacs. He's the Deputy DG for Analysis, Coordination, and International Cooperation.
Analysis, Coordination, International Links.
Okay. Then there's the Deputy Director General of Operations. That's Gaber Tamas Szilagyi. He's also a Brigadier General in the Armed Forces.
Another high-ranking military figure in operations.
Yes. And significantly under him are the I-8 operational directorates, so 7 of them.
7 operational directorates. That sounds like a pretty substantial operational arm.
It certainly suggests that, yes.
It is quite striking, isn't it? Having the DG and the head of operations both be high-ranking Army officers in what's called a civilian agency. Any thoughts on why that might be?
That's a really interesting point to pick up on. Well, it could mean a few things. Maybe very close ties, operationally or historically, with the military. Or perhaps the nature of the threats requires that kind of strategic, operational mindset you often find in military leadership.
Or it could just be about appointing experienced security professionals regardless of background.
That's also possible.
Yeah.
It could simply be about the individual's expertise in leadership and security.
Okay. What are the other deputies?
Right. There's also a Deputy Director General for Economics and Administration. That's Brigadier General Ertzebet Saleh.
Economics and admin? Okay.
And under her, you've got the Administrative Directorate and also the IT and Technical Directorate.
So the essential support functions, logistics, tech, crucial for any intelligence work, I imagine.
Absolutely. Can't run operations without the admin and the tech backbone.
So a clear structure, definite military presence in key spots. Now, you'd expect an agency like this to be pretty secretive, right? Walls up high.
You would think so, wouldn't you? But interestingly, they do have a public face. Their HQ address is known for Hungary Street 70 in Budapest.
Oh, okay.
They list a postal address, a central phone number, even an official email at a.gov.u.
Huh.
But what's perhaps more surprising is their website, a.gov.u.
They have a website. What's on it?
Quite a bit, actually. Sections like About Us, Civilian Response, Control, Awareness, even career information.
Career info. So you can apply for a job.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
And they also have things like public interest data, legal notices, data protection info. It suggests a certain level of, well, attempted transparency.
That level of openness, it does seem a bit unusual for an intelligence service. What do you make of that? Why put that information out there?
It's fascinating, isn't it? Maybe it's about building some public trust, demonstrating accountability, showing they operate within some kind of democratic framework despite the secrecy needed for their work.
Like a balancing act.
Exactly. Balancing the need to know with perhaps a need to show they're not totally opaque, providing info on oversight, control, or how citizens can interact, civilian response, points towards that.
I see. It's a definite contrast to the image of a totally hidden organization.
It is.
Now, we also had that specific example in the sources, didn't we? Something from 2015.
Yes, that's right. A news piece from Transitions Online back in October 2015. It mentioned a Hungarian MEP, a member of European Parliament, who was suspected of spying for Russia.
Spying for Russia, okay.
And there was talk about potentially lifting their parliamentary immunity.
And how does that connect back to the AH?
Well, it's a concrete example, really, of their counterintelligence function in action, investigating alleged foreign influence or espionage directed against Hungarian interests.
That's right.
In their wheelhouse.
Gotcha. A real-world illustration of that core responsibility.
Precisely.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. As we finish this deep dive on the AH, what are the main things we should take away, the key points?
I'd say, number one, the AH, the Constitution Protection Office, is Hungary's main internal intelligence agency.
Right.
Number two, its history is tied to the post-communist changes evolving from the earlier National Security Office.
Yeah.
Three, it has a wide range of tasks. Counterintelligence is key, but also anti-corruption, economic security, dealing with subversion.
A broad remit.
Definitely. Four, its leadership structure includes high-ranking military figures, particularly in the top spot in operations.
The military connection.
Yep. And finally, five, despite being an intelligence agency, it maintains a degree of public visibility through its website and contact information. That transparency aspect.
Okay, that's a good summary. And thinking about that motto again, the homeland before all, and everything we've just discussed, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What does having an agency like the AH, structured this way with these specific tasks, tell us about how Hungary sees national security today in the 21st century?
Yeah, and what about those inherent tensions? The pull between needing secrecy to be effective and the push for transparency expected in a democracy.
Exactly. How do they navigate that? It certainly leaves you with some questions to ponder.